What if the smartest person in the room is the one who speaks the least? Not because they have nothing to say, but because they're constantly questioning what they think they know. People with an extremely high IQ don't always look intelligent. They can be quiet. They can hesitate. They can even say, "I don't know." So here are 5 powerful signs that reveal how extremely high IQ minds may think differently. And number 5, might change the way you see intelligence. Number 1, they pause. When most people get an answer that feels right, they accept it. But a highly reflective mind stops. It asks, "Why do I believe this?" This ability is called cognitive reflection. It's the ability to slow down your first reaction and examine it before accepting it. People with high cognitive ability can be better at resisting that immediate impulse to accept an answer simply because it feels right. Because your first thought isn't always your best thought. Sometimes it's simply your fastest one, and an intelligent mind knows the difference. Number 2, they say, "I don't know." Most people hate uncertainty. We want answers. We want certainty. We want to feel like we understand what's happening. But a mature high IQ mind can tolerate uncertainty. It can say, "I don't know, yet." That little word, "yet," leaves the door open for learning. Because the moment you believe you already know everything, you stop looking. And a curious mind never stops looking. Number 3, they change. Imagine believing something for years, and then someone shows you evidence that challenges it. Your ego says, "Defend yourself." But an intellectually flexible mind can ask, "What if I'm wrong?" That's intellectual humility. It doesn't mean thinking you're unintelligent. It means understanding that even a brilliant, high IQ mind can reach the wrong conclusion. And when the evidence changes, a flexible thinker can change with it. Because being wrong isn't always failure. Sometimes, refusing to stay wrong is intelligence. Number 4, they follow questions. A highly curious mind doesn't always stop at the answer. It asks, "Why?" Then, "Why does that happen?" And what if we changed one thing? One question becomes another. And suddenly, a simple idea becomes a rabbit hole. That's where high cognitive ability can become incredibly useful. Because intelligence isn't only about solving problems. Sometimes, it's about noticing the problem that everyone else ignored. A tiny detail, a strange pattern, something that doesn't quite make sense. And instead of walking past it, the mind asks, "Wait, why?" Number 5, they see connections. 2 completely unrelated ideas, psychology and technology, history and human behavior, a tiny mistake and a much bigger pattern. Most people see separate pieces, but a powerful mind can sometimes see the invisible thread connecting them. And this is where creativity can emerge, not simply from having a high IQ, but from being able to explore possibilities and ask, what could these things have in common? That's when information becomes insight, and insight can become something entirely new. But here's what people often get wrong about IQ. A high IQ doesn't automatically make someone wise. It doesn't guarantee good decisions, and it doesn't make anyone immune to ego or mistakes. IQ is a measure of certain cognitive abilities. It's not a measurement of your entire mind. And that's why the most important question isn't, how high is your IQ? It's, what do you do with the way you think? So think about it. When you make a mistake, do you defend it? When you don't know something, do you pretend that you do? When new evidence challenges you, do you become defensive? Or do you become curious? Because maybe the clearest sign of an extremely intelligent mind isn't having the most answers. It's having the courage to question your own. The more you understand, the more you realize how much you still don't understand. And maybe that's the real paradox of a powerful mind. The smartest person in the room isn't necessarily the one with the highest IQ. It's the one that's humble enough to keep learning. Because real intelligence isn't about proving you're smarter than everyone else. It's about being curious enough to discover that you could still be wrong.